Hey there, friends! Bunny here, and I'm so excited you've hopped by today. Do you ever feel like the world is full of surprises? Well, you're in for a treat, because today we're diving into something super exciting. We're going to explore 10 amazing facts that'll leave you saying, "Wait, what? I didn't know that." So buckle up, grab some snacks, and get ready to have your mind blown. Let's hop right in. Did you know there's a whole museum dedicated to toilets?
Yep, in New Delhi, the Sulabh International Museum of Toilets is the porcelain palace of history buffs. This museum flushes through time, showing toilets from as far back as 2500 BC. You'll marvel at the fancy thrones of 18th and 19th century Europe, proving even back then people wanted their business done in style. And get this, a toilet from Austria is shaped like a lion. Roar-tastic, isn't it? It's probably the only time a lion gets to be the king of the bowl. So next time someone says history is boring, just tell them about the museum that's literally a royal flush.
Did you know you can get your eyeballs tattooed?
Yep, hardcore tattoo fans are literally looking at life through rose-tinted eyes, or green, purple, or whatever color they fancy. Here's how it works. They inject the whites of your eyes with ink. Sounds like science fiction, right? But nope, it's totally real. Imagine blinking and someone going, "Whoa, are your eyes purple?" Instant conversation starter. But hey, before you dive into the ink, remember, there are risks: pain, blurred vision, and even seeing double. 2 carats might sound fun, but trust me, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
So, what do you think? Cool or just plain crazy? Let me know in the comments. But for now, I'll stick to tattooing my fur. Easier to manage and way less risky. Did you know that the word strength is the longest word in the English language with just 1 vowel?
That's 9 letters. 8 of them are consonants flexing their muscles. It's even in the Guinness Book of World Records. I mean, how cool is that? A word so tough it skips the vowels and still makes perfect sense. Talk about consonants carrying the weight.
Now, here's a challenge for you word wizards out there. Do you know any other words that can rival strengths with just 1 vowel? Drop them in the comments, and let's see who can find a heavyweight contender. Did you know the youngest Olympian ever was just 10 years old?
Yep. Greek gymnast Dimitrios Laundras flipped his way into history at the 1896 Olympic Games and snagged a bronze medal. Talk about starting young. Most kids are still figuring out their multiplication tables at that age. Dimitrios was up there spinning, tumbling, and basically saying, "Age? What's that?" Meanwhile, I can barely hop straight without tripping over my own ears.
Fun fact, that medal he won, it's still on record. So, if you're sitting there thinking you're too young or too old to achieve something big, think again. If a 10-year-old can dominate the Olympics, what's stopping you? Now tell me, what's your biggest achievement so far? Drop it in the comments. Who knows, you might inspire someone to aim for gold, or at least bronze. Did you know the Twitter bird has a name?
Yup, it's Larry. No, not your average Twitter user. Larry was named after none other than NBA legend Larry Bird. That's right, folks. The little blue bird that's been tweeting since 2006 has got a superstar name. I mean, if you're going to fly around the internet all day, you might as well be named after a legend, right?
Here's the fun fact. Twitter's Larry actually wasn't the first name. The bird's original name was simply Larry the Bird. Pretty fitting though, considering the whole tweeting thing. And we can't forget the original tweet he's responsible for, flying high, one character at a time. Now here's your challenge. What would you name the Twitter bird if it wasn't Larry? Drop your names in the comments, and let's see who can come up with a tweet-worthy title. All right, folks, here's a mind blower for you. Did you know the Statue of Liberty wears a size 879 shoe?
Yep, that's right. If she ever needed new sandals to take a stroll around New York Harbor, she'd need some seriously massive footwear. Now, just to put this in perspective, Lady Liberty stands 151 feet tall. That's one massive statue. But even at that height, her feet are still huge, size 879 huge. She'd need a shoe empire to cover those toes.
Here's a thought. If you could gift Lady Liberty any pair of shoes, what would they be? High heels? Super cool sneakers? Or maybe some comfy flip-flops for those long days standing still? Let me know your shoe ideas in the comments, and let's see if we can find the perfect pair to fit her legendary feet. Now, here's something that might send a chill down your spine. Did you know that a lifeboat drill was scheduled on the morning of the Titanic tragedy? But here's the kicker. It was canceled.
According to passenger Arthur Godfrey Puchin, the crew was supposed to have a routine lifeboat drill that morning. But it never happened. It was canceled, and we all know what happened next. I mean, can you imagine? If that drill had actually taken place, maybe the crew would have been better prepared to handle the disaster. A simple drill could have saved lives. It's like skipping your practice before the big game, except this game was life or death.
So here's the question. Do you think that lifeboat drill could have changed the outcome of the Titanic disaster? Would it have made a difference if the crew had been better prepared? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Could the drill have saved lives? Or was the Titanic doomed no matter what? All right, get ready for this. Did you know that people in medieval England had their own version of rap battles? Yep, it was called flighting, and it was all about throwing down some serious insults.
Before we had today's rap battles, where artists throw down verses in the modern-day arena, there were opponents in the 15th and 16th centuries trading insults face-to-face in a style called flighting. And trust me, these verbal sparring matches were intense. Flighting was so popular that it wasn't just some small thing, it was an art form. People gathered to watch the greatest wordsmiths throw their best insults, just like today's rap battles.
Here's a thought. If you had to face off in a flighting match against someone from any time period, who would you choose? What would be your ultimate insult? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's see who can come up with the sharpest comeback. Okay, get ready for this oceanic wonder. Did you know there's a species of jellyfish that never dies? I'm talking about the Turritopsis dohrnii, aka the immortal jellyfish.
That's right. This little critter has the extraordinary ability to revert back into its adolescent state after it's already gone through adulthood. It's like hitting rewind on life. Talk about the ultimate life hack. Instead of growing old and dying like the rest of us, this jellyfish just starts over, again and again. It's like a reset button on the entire lifespan. It's practically eternal.
So, here's the big question. If you could reset and live forever, would you? What would you do with that kind of immortality? I mean, would you explore the world or just chill in the ocean like a jellyfish? Let me know what you'd do with eternal life in the comments. Who knows? Maybe you'll start thinking like an immortal jellyfish. Did you know that the first recorded emergency service wasn't about fire or crime? Well, it was medical.
Yep, that's right. It all started way back in 1794 in France. Napoleon Bonaparte's chief surgeon, Dominique Jean Larrey, introduced the concept of ambulances volantes, flying ambulances. These were horse-drawn carriages designed to rush injured soldiers from the battlefield to medical tents. Talk about a life-saving idea. Let's go even further back, to ancient Rome. Around 24 BCE, Emperor Augustus created the Vigiles Urbani, the first organized fire brigade. They weren't just firefighters, they also acted as night watchmen to keep the city safe.
Did you know the first modern police force? That was in London, England, in 1829. Sir Robert Peel founded the Metropolitan Police Service, which is why officers in the UK are still called bobbies today. Before this, law enforcement was pretty chaotic. Basically, whoever caught you could be your judge. Hey there, amazing viewers! Quick question. Did you know that as per my analytics, only 4.3% of you who watch my videos have hit that subscribe button? That means a whopping 95.7% of you are enjoying the content but haven't subscribed yet. So here's the deal. Hit that subscribe button now. It's free, and it really helps me bring you more fun, engaging videos. Don't forget to like this video, comment below with your thoughts and suggestions, and share it with your friends too. Let's grow this community together. All right, now that's sorted. Let's dive back into the video.
Now, let's get to the emergency numbers we all use today. The very first emergency phone number was introduced in the UK. It was 999, and it officially launched in London on June 30th, 1937. Why? A fire in a doctor's house highlighted the need for a faster way to call for help.
Can you imagine a time when you had to find the nearest police station or firehouse to get help? Thank goodness for progress.
In the United States, the first 911 call was made on February 16, 1968, in Haleyville, Alabama. Why 911? It was short, easy to remember, and fast to dial on rotary phones. Canada adopted 911 in the 1970s, and Australia introduced 000 for emergencies in 1961. Fun fact, Australia picked 000 because it was easy to dial on older phone systems. Every country has its own number, but the mission is always the same: saving lives. Now, you might think ambulances were always part of the system, but they weren't. In the US, organized ambulance services didn't become widespread until the 1860s during the Civil War. The concept then expanded to civilian services in the late 19th century. The first motorized ambulance hit the streets in 1899 in Chicago, Illinois. Imagine a car that could barely go 10 miles per hour zooming to save lives. Here are some more fun facts about emergency services from around the world. Germany. Their Red Cross started the first formal civilian ambulance service in 1888. India. The nationwide 112 helpline was only launched in 2019. Before that, different states had separate numbers for police, fire, and ambulances. Japan. The Tokyo Fire Department introduced ambulance services in 1933, making it one of the pioneers in Asia. Norway. 113 became their national emergency number in 1986. Isn't it amazing how each country evolved its systems?
And technology keeps changing the game. Did you know that Iceland has one of the fastest emergency response systems, partly because their 112 app lets people send GPS coordinates when they call for help? Meanwhile, in Dubai, they're testing jetpacks for firefighters to reach skyscrapers faster.
Here's a little known fact. Many countries collaborate during disasters. For example, after the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, teams from around the world came together to help. It's like the Avengers, but for emergencies. Emergency services may have started as simple systems, but they've grown into complex networks that save millions of lives every year. Whether it's the Vigiles Urbani of ancient Rome or today's high-tech rescue teams, one thing hasn't changed: the desire to help others.
So, next time you see a flashing siren or hear that familiar wail, take a moment to appreciate the incredible history behind it. And remember, prank calls to emergency numbers are a big no-no. Hello, folks! It's quiz time! Let's see how many of you were fully focused while watching my video. I've got some fun questions lined up for you, so grab a pen or just keep track in your head. Don't forget to share your scores in the comments below. No cheating now. All right, are you ready? Let's get started. All right, folks, that's all for today's episode of Did You Know with Bunny. But before you hop off, let me know which of these amazing facts blew your mind the most. Was it the immortal jellyfish? The lifeboat drill that never happened? Or maybe the fact that toilet museum? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm all ears. And don't forget to like, share, and of course, subscribe. You won't want to miss the next round of mind-blowing facts. Hit that bell so you never miss an episode of Did You Know with Bunny. See you next time, and keep those brains hopping.